guys, welcome back to California Cooking. I'm so excited for you to see today's show because Chef Jet Tila is a fixture on the Food Network. From Iron Chef America to Beat Bobby Flay to Guy's Grocery Games, he is everywhere. He invited me into his kitchen with his lovely wife, Allie, and they make for me better than takeout orange chicken and a chewy, salty, brown butter chocolate chip cookie. And I'm recreating a dish my dear friend Michaela Pereira made for me recently. It's a Dutch baby pancake. First up, Chef Jet Tila and his lovely wife Allie met in a cooking class that he was teaching, and the rest is history. Now, 8 years later, 2 kids, and a new cookbook that they just released with some of their favorite recipes, I get in the kitchen with them and we make the most delicious orange chicken. Take a look. Excited to be in the kitchen with these two, Jet Tila, his wife Allie.
Hi, thanks for having us.
You're so sweet to invite us into the home.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have you in our house.
Love Jet on Food Network. He's like a big You're married to a big TV
know.
star over here.
I know.
Here we go.
He's my favorite Food Network chef.
I'm not a star in my house. That's for sure. I'm just dad.
You guys have 2 beautiful kids.
Yes.
I love the story of how you two met. You were taking a cooking class
Right.
at Sur Lata.
Yeah, cooking's always been a passion for me, particularly baking. So I would go with my mom and take cooking classes at Sur Lata on the weekends, and that's how we first met. We took a knife skills class from Jet.
I remember, this hot girl would come in our class.
Did you notice that?
Yeah,
You
totally.
did?
Yeah, redhead, green eyes. I mean, come on now. You don't not see that stuff. Do you
He
know what
was
I
the
mean?
cute teacher. The rest is history.
And then, so you, since meeting Jet, you've become a pastry chef.
I worked for 15 years with kids in special education. So after our daughter was born, I came on to work full time with Jet in the company. And then a few years ago, he said, why don't you go to pastry school? So I said, brilliant idea. I love that. I love baking. And ever since then, it's just been such a great ride.
Such a great story, Jet, about your family.
Yeah.
So your family immigrated here in the 60s, right?
That's right, 1966.
Yeah.
The Tilas first came here.
Yeah.
We opened the first Thai food businesses in the history of the country.
Isn't that
And right here, about 4 miles away. Yeah.
It's a proven fact. You guys fact check this, that you are the first
Thai food family, Thai business, period. It was kind of a blessing and a curse because as an immigrant son, you don't have a life. You basically do whatever your family wants to do, but it became the best kind of culinary head start anyone could imagine.
And you didn't know, though, at the time that you wanted to get into the culinary world.
No, I wanted to run away. Yeah, I mean, like most, I think, chefs, I was a total rebel. Didn't do the best in school.
Right.
And I didn't realize until my 20s, until this thing called Food Network started in the 90s, that I could marry communications and cooking and had a platform to teach. So that's when it really kind of clicked for me.
You say Bobby Flay and Alton Brown are
my
big
two
influences,
dads.
right? Are your two
That's
dads?
we all joke around.
Really?
Yeah.
Why those
so
two? What have they done?
I was offered a show called Cutthroat Kitchen, right? A few years ago, and so Alton and we did 200 episodes of that show.
Yeah.
So I had hundreds of hours of personal one-on-one access of someone who was my idol. I got not just food knowledge, but I got camera knowledge. He taught me how to do teleprompt. He really taught me how to be great on television. So Bobby, he's also the guy that sits down with me once a year and is like, yo, you're doing this wrong or you're doing this right. He's not. So these 2 guys have really shaped my kind of direction in this career.
Okay, we're making orange chicken.
Yeah, we're doing my famous orange chicken.
From 101 Epic Dishes. This is such a cute book with you two on the cover. All right, this is in the book?
It's in the book, and I wanted to do a few Asian dishes, not too many for this book, so there's only 3 out of 101 recipes, all right? But again, you know what, I've been eating, we all eat orange chicken, and people are like, is it authentic? I'm like, if you grew up in America, it's absolutely authentic. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't hating on orange chicken, ever.
Yeah, walk us through it.
Orange chicken sauce, orange juice, hoisin sauce, right? A little bit of vinegar. Think about Asian food as flavors. Vinegar is acid, sugar is sweet, orange juice is also acid with a fruity note, right? It's super.
Hit all the notes.
You just gotta hit your notes, and you gotta balance your notes. And this is oyster sauce. Probably the most important of all Asian sauces is not soy sauce. In Chinese cooking, it's actually oyster sauce. And then you can't deny soy sauce, but again, it's not the most important thing. And then look, this is controversial.
Is this red dye?
If you want it to look like the restaurant, you gotta cook like the restaurant. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's the sauce. Really, really easy. Okay, so I'm gonna make crispy chicken nuggets, but Chinese style, right? This is tempura flour. All that means is AP flour, cornstarch, and a little bit of baking soda. And I need some of it to dredge the chicken. So I need to, and dredging, of course, just means that you coat it with flour so it picks up the batter. That's all that means, right? Now I'm gonna add a little water to this here to make a batter. So just a little bit of, I'm looking for like a thin to medium pancake batter. I'm just frying the chicken nuggets. When it gets a little full, I get in with my spider and break the pieces apart. Look how lacy that gets. Just look how lacy that gets. And look at that golden brown chicken. You know, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna cut a little ginger. So I like to peel ginger with the back of my knife. Just make sure it's flat. Yeah. So, you know, another, not my dad so much, but it's my uncle, Martin Yan. And he's always like, dup, 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 you know, making all those funny noises while he's cutting, but this is done. I have golden fried chicken nuggets. We've got, same pan, I've left a little bit of oil in there for stir fry. I got my crispy nuggets. So the first thing I'm gonna do always in Asian food is aromatics. The ginger and garlic. And that sauce now has to thicken up a bit. So I'm gonna add cornstarch. And we're gonna turn this sauce into a glaze now. And you can see it from the edges starting to thicken up. And it's getting sticky and it's turning into caramel and delicious. We're gonna add some of our veggies. Green onions and white onion, that's it. Just keeping it really simple. Now that the glaze is done, the onions are kind of cooked. Put the nuggets in.
Oh, there they go.
And I'm gonna go right there.
So good.
There you go. It is hot. It is hot, clearly.
This is where you burn
So take
your
your
mouth,
time.
Allie,
Worth
right?
it, worth it.
I mean, it's still steam. Take your time, Jessica. Don't rush that.
Look at
It's-
the steam. Oh, and the sauce is dripping.
All right, Allie, you ready?
I
God.
was born ready.
That is
There you
so,
How is that?
so good.
So good you don't even want to talk.
Oh my gosh, I love these two. And that orange chicken was really so easy and delicious. Jet also teaches me to make his ready when you are braised short ribs. If you want to know how to make that, go to our website, ktila.com, to get the recipe. Coming up later, Allie makes the best chocolate chip cookie I think I've ever had. It's a brown butter chocolate chip cookie. You heard me right, brown butter. Also coming up, does Levi like it? I'm really into the idea of these sheet pan dinners. I've never really done one, but today I'm trying a Greek chicken dish with veggies, but will he like it? But first, it's like a pancake, but more fun and easier to make for a crowd. I'm making Dutch baby pancakes for the first time. On to a puffy pancake, which may just be my newest favorite brunch recipe. It's called a Dutch baby, and my dear friend Michaela Pereira, who many of you know, made it for me recently, and now I'm hooked. Take a look. Have you heard of a Dutch baby? I have, but I never had one until my good friend Michaela Pereira, who many of you know, made it a couple of weekends ago, and it is so good. So she gave me the recipe, and I'm gonna make it for you guys. It's pretty easy, and what's fun about it is, you know how those Yorkshire puddings puff up when you put them in the oven? Dutch baby has the same kind of thing, where it's eggs and milk, and when you put it into a hot pan, it puffs up, and it's light and golden. And I was reading a little bit about Dutch babies, and apparently it originated, why they're called Dutch babies, I think from the Pennsylvania Dutch in the early 1900s. So it's been around a while. In the oven, I have a 9x13 baking dish, a glass one, heating up in a 425-degree oven with 1 stick of butter in there to melt and get the pan nice and hot, because when I pour the mixture in, that's when it puffs up. You put it in the oven and let it cook. So for the mixture, simple, we got a cup of whole milk. I would not skimp and go low fat or 2%, I'd do the whole milk. And then I'm going to do 6 eggs. And when Michaela made this, everybody went nuts for it because It was so easy and so different. I mean, you think of a pancake maybe, and this is much lighter and fluffier. It's almost crepey in a way, and eggy and delicious, and then you top it with some lemon and powdered sugar. Okay, 4 eggs, 2 more. Okay, 1 cup of milk, 6 eggs, and 1 cup of flour, and I'm doing it in a blender because I just thought that would whip up the mixture and make it lighter than if I were to hand mix it, but you could certainly hand mix it. I'm gonna see how it works with the blender. All right, here it goes. Oh, there we go, high power. Blend until everyth's mixed. Now I'm gonna go get that baking dish out of the oven. Ooh, the butter's nice and melted. Hot butter coming in, a stick of melted butter in my Pyrex. Okay, now I pour in the mixture. We'll see if it bubbles up like a Yorkshire pudding. No, it doesn't, but don't worry, because it will. When we get it out of the oven, it's going to be light and puffy and golden, I promise. 425 for 25 to 30 minutes. Dutch baby reveal. Okay, this is kind of exciting. La, 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 la. Look at how it puffed up. Okay, let's get it out. Look at how pretty it puffed up, and that's why it's been compared to a Yorkshire pudding, how it gets nice and puffy. It's crisp on the edges, and again, this was milk, eggs, and flour. That's it. And a stick of butter. So on top, I cut up some strawberries. The strawberries were so beautiful. You could do blueberries, strawberries, or just the lemon and the sugar. So that's how we had it when we had this little Dutch baby. I'll show you what I'm gonna do here with the lemon. So I'm gonna squeeze some lemon. Okay. You take the hot Dutch baby and then you pour the lemon juice all over, and it's gonna soak in because it's warm. Oh, and there's still a little butter on top. Okay. So you got the lemon. You could probably do a little lemon zest, actually, that would be nice. Gonna sprinkle some powdered sugar on top because that always makes everything gorgeous. And there's no sugar in the mixture, so this is all that's gonna sweeten it is a little bit of this. Okay. Now, on top, you could serve it this way, you could just serve it individually with the strawberries, but I think just to sprinkle some of these strawberries on top. Oh, this looks, and it's so light. Oh, all right, little bit more powdered sugar. And a little bit, oh, I gotta do a little lemon zest. That's what we need. What a beautiful thing to serve people when they come over for a little brunch dish, or honestly, this could even be dessert. Ta-da, Dutch baby. I love it. I can't wait to taste the Dutch baby. The only depressing thing about the Dutch baby is it deflates pretty quickly. So it's one of those things you serve right away, you put it in the middle of the table, and then like a souffle almost. But it still tastes just as delicious. And the edge is so great because it's a little crispy and a little soft in the middle. I'm gonna add a few more strawberries to mine. Yeah, what a lovely summer dish too, how pretty. A little more powdered sugar. Okay. Oh, and it's so eggy, look at that. Eggy and custardy in the middle. Isn't that nice? That is yummy. That Dutch baby is foolproof, and you can top it with anything you like. Thanks, Michaela. Coming up, Tila is making her famous sweet and salty brown butter chocolate chip cookies. And then, does Levi like it? I'm making for him a Greek sheet pan dinner with veggies, but does he like it? Tila's sweet and salty brown butter chocolate chip cookies is one of the first things she learned how to make in culinary school. It was actually a homework assignment, and it's one of her favorite treats still today, and I can see why. Take a look. Jet had to run. He's off to do something,
as
judge
always.
Another show.
Yeah.
And Allie is here to make a chocolate chip cookie that looks, because brown butter's in it, and anything that has brown butter in it has got to be good. But tell us about this cookie and why it's a special recipe for you.
So this is the sweet and salty brown butter chocolate chip cookie, and it was actually the first recipe that I developed in culinary school. And it just stuck, and we kept it around because it was delicious.
Let's make it in your pretty mixer.
Let's do this.
Your rose gold mixer.
So I have light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, and white sugar.
Okay.
I'm gonna combine those in the mixer, and then we're gonna add in
the magic
the
ingredient.
magical brown butter. And you wanna get all those good brown bits, that's where the flavor is.
And I think it's probably special when you're a mom to be able to bake things for your kids.
It is.
And, see them eat it and enjoy it, whether it be for birthdays or special occasions.
And there are a lot of teaching skills, because I used to be a teacher for 14 years, so there are a lot of skills that you can teach while cooking with your kids. And you're building memories with them.
Exactly.
And that's what I love the most.
Yep.
So now I'm gonna add in the eggs, one at a time until each one is mixed in.
Okay.
And then a little vanilla. So I'm gonna scrape down the sides and the bottom. Now I'm gonna combine some flour, a little salt, a little baking soda, and I wanna whisk them together because
So incorporate it now.
Yeah, I like to do that because I wanna make sure that that baking soda is evenly distributed into the flour. And then we're gonna add it in slowly in 2 parts. Here goes your first half. So I'm gonna mix the rest of the flour and then I'm gonna scrape down the bowl, but you also don't wanna over mix your cookie dough. So I like a semi-sweet chocolate chip in my cookies because the bitterness of the chocolate kind of balances out the sweetness of the rest of the cookie. I'm using a guitar chocolate chip here. And you can pulse your mixer, so get it locked.
Yeah.
And if you just pulse it, you don't overmix your dough. Now we're gonna scoop it.
Yes.
We'll make big cookies today
Yes.
because I think go big or go home.
I agree.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
So just fill it up and scrape it along the side of your mixer bowl.
And then you get an evenly shaped cookie.
Exactly. And you're gonna put it on a parchment lined pan. What I like to do is use a little cooking spray and just spray the bottom, and that way your parchment stays in place.
But then you didn't spray the parchment.
No. So we'll probably get 12 to 14 of the larger size.
Yeah.
The recipe in the book would be 18 smaller.
Okay. Would you press them down or do you leave them like
That's exactly what we'll do.
Yeah.
But just a little bit because you want them to hold their shape. So you just press them down just a little bit. Just a little bit like that. Just a little press, just a little.
Little.
Yeah.
And then you put.
Then we're gonna sprinkle a little large flake sea salt on the top.
Oh, wow.
I personally like a little bit of savory with my sweets, so
I'm with you.
yeah, all day long. A little salt is just beautiful. So now these would go in your refrigerator for an hour or 2. I like to do 2.
Before you put them in the oven.
Before you
Why?
put them in the oven, because it helps it retain their shape. So you'd bake these 350 for 12 to 15 minutes. Little TV magic. We'll do a little
Because
TV
we cannot wait to
TV
chill these
swap.
an hour.
Exactly. Because who wants to wait for cookies?
No. That's why
Nobody.
no one sticks them in the fridge.
Nobody.
Oh my gosh, those look perfect. Look at those.
Voila.
Voila.
Brown butter, sweet and salty chocolate chip cookies.
You see the chocolate chips, you see the flake salt.
You want to try one?
I have to.
Try it.
I have to.
Try it.
And they're warm. Allie, oh man, these are good chocolate chip cookies. Ollie, this was so much fun.
Thank you so much.
As I hug you with 2 pieces of cookie.
Take them all.
I could not stop eating those cookies. And yeah, that brown butter takes that cookie to a whole new level. Now on to Does Levi Like It? I'm really into the idea of a sheet pan dinner. You throw everything on a baking sheet and pop it in the oven. This is Greek chicken with veggies. Take a look. What's that?
A tape measure.
Oh, why do you need a tape measure?
I do, but I need to, what size is this? $100.
Oh.
Dollars.
Okay, Mommy made you a Greek chicken dinner with peppers and onions. Did you just eat an olive?
Yeah.
All right, let's try a little chicken. Oh, dip it in some hummus. Excellent, I like that.
The hummus is a little spicy.
How does it taste?
$800.
It's worth $100? Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, enjoy. Yes, he liked it. If you want to find out the recipe, it's super easy. Go to ktla.com. That's it for us. For more of my conversation with Jet and Levi Tila and the Food Network star that got a tattoo in their living room, go to our California Cooking Podcast. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Don't be scared.
I ain't scared.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, no.
But if we were judging Jet.
Oh, here
I
we
mean-
go. I want to hear the Food
Oh.
Network judging. Here we go. All right, judges.
Jet, I really love what you did with the
Yeah.
flavors here. I
Yeah.
think your use of vegetables and the braising time and the care that you took in preparing these short ribs really makes it an outstanding dish.
Yeah, I love it. I love all the colors of the vegetables, and it's a very classic flavor profile here. Your execution is just spot on.
That's the word.
Thank you. Thank you, judges. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, I can leave now. Thank you, Food Network judges.